Seward Johnson was larger than life. He had a giant, kind, generous heart, and his joie de vivre was contagious. His laughter filled every room he entered, and his enthusiasm and exuberance made him one of a kind. Seward was a father, husband, artist, visionary, humanitarian, mischief maker, philanthropist, and his impact was far-reaching and truly touched so many. Cecilia and Seward celebrated the birth of their daughter, India, who completed their family, and further inspired Seward to pursue what would become his life's work. He returned home to New Jersey to begin the next chapter. Seward quickly grew frustrated with the traditional foundry model that alienated artists from their work. As a result, he created the Johnson Atelier Technical Institute of Sculpture, and surrounded himself with a band of merry pranksters and creative innovators who made the technical processes of making sculpture accessible to a generation of artists.
Atelier I started around 74. It was always a fairly crazy place. When you get 100 artists together, it's a very interesting atmosphere. Everybody was sort of learning from everybody else.
The atelier became a culture unto itself, fusing creativity with a sense of anarchy that was the source of dozens of colorful stories over the years. Today, the Seward Johnson Atelier continues to invite and welcome artists as active participants in realizing their creative vision.
Started out with the simple acts of being human in life. This is what I was celebrating at the beginning. I was celebrating the familiar. I wanted to populate parks that people were afraid to go in, so I would put a presence in a park, a human presence that would be like a decoy and bring people back in and make the park safe again. Then when I built grounds for sculpture, I decided that I had to have things in the park that celebrated being in nature. And I thought, well, who did this before me? And it was the Impressionists. The whole spirit of the Impressionist movement was what I was trying to do, bringing people back into nature. It was such a wonderful, crazy thing of taking a two-dimensional painting and making it three-dimensional and being able to walk into it.
As a sculptor, Seward Johnson's name and reputation began to climb in the 1980s, often referred to as America's most popular sculptor by the media. Over the course of 5 decades, there were more than 450 designs and thousands of permanent and temporary emplacements of Seward's works. His sculptures were subsequently exhibited in the United States, Canada, Europe, Russia, Australia, and Asia, and are included in numerous museums, as well as private and public art collections. Those who encountered him along the way felt lucky and walked away smiling. His creations, Grounds for Sculpture, the Johnson Atelier, A Magnificent Family, and all of his artworks, big and small, will continue to bring that visceral spark of joy to our landscapes and to our psyches.
This is what life is about.
Seward, you will be forever in our hearts.